Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua. Call her like Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kakodash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who definitely do well. Peace and salutations to the oath elect and the society that's pushing the truth throughout the four corners of the earth. I'm the brother Yerah from the Great Millstone branch, the Gary Camp, coming at you with a quick video in transit through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And I want to open up with this Galatians 5:16, seeing where the spirit's going to lead me. But, I wanted to open up with this particular verse, going into, walking in the spirit, which is, not the easiest thing to do as we live, first and foremost, being in this, mortal flesh and living in a world that is, driven by carnality, especially here, in Babylon the Great, and it's hard to do, but, walking in the spirit, and that's why, we need the Lord ultimately to keep us, in the spirit, man. Psalms 51, David prayed that the Lord, take not, the Holy Spirit from him, man. And that takes practice. It takes time, it takes discipline, it takes effort, and ultimately, it's all the will of the Lord at the end of the day, man, But anyway, without further ado, and Lord willing, I pray this video be edified as well as exhorting. This is Galatians 5:16. And it says, this I say then, walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lusts of the flesh, man. Because the flesh, this chains of darkness that we in, yearns to go off, yearns for pleasure, yearns to justify itself, yearns to, seek revenge. We know we can't do that, man. We got to strive lawfully, man. Because we understand, hey, this is not our kingdom. And ultimately, we are here in Babylon, and whatever we may be scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, the elect, whatever we may be scattered, we're here for a punishment, And it's hard, man, especially, how many years we lived in this world before, in this matrix, before the Lord unlocked our mind from this damn matrix that everybody else, the 2/3, right along the rest of this world is in. Hey, we've been conditioned to pretty much, live in the lust of the flesh. But thanks to the mercy and the grace of the Lord, He quickened us. He quickened us from a dead state because, living in the flesh is ultimately going to lead to death because we know that this flesh is corrupt. And the scripture say, hey, no corruptible thing, shall inherit the kingdom, man. We seeking the new bodies. But as we yearn to fight, as before we receive those new bodies, the process of the kingdom of heaven, pretty much starts from within. That's why Yahushua, he said, the kingdom of heaven starts, begins with you, roughly paraphrasing, man. Which it does, man. It starts with a mindset first. And that's pretty much putting your flesh under subjection, to this word, man. Being partakers of the suffering of a Mashiach Yahushua. And he's the one we look to, as an example of a man who was once on the earth, that walked, that was in the flesh, but did not sin, man. And walked in the spirit in the midst of adversity, in the midst of affliction, in the midst of temptations. He was able to finish the mission, and we have him as an example to follow. Although we're not going to be perfect on his level, but through him we could be perfected. As long as we believe and trust in the Lord. And granted, it's going to come with times you're going to make mistakes. You're going to bump your head. But, hey, the scriptures say, what? A just man falleth, several times, but riseth up again, roughly paraphrasing, in the book of Proverbs. It says, verse 17, for this flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh. And that's the war we in, man. The war is between the spirit and the flesh. We opened up with camp, the other day, when it says to fight the good fight of faith, because I was bringing out in camp, meanwhile all these nations are currently trying to establish, You know, Esau particularly, you know, his kingdom of heaven on earth. You know, the Lord, the men of the Lord, the elect, Lord willing to be of that number, are fighting spiritually. You know, and more importantly, you know, we're fighting ourselves, man. You know, and that's what the fight that the Lord is looking at. That's the fight that the Lord is considering. He don't give a damn about, first and foremost, to hell with these nations. Because the kingdom of heaven was never promised to Esau and the rest of these heathens. It's only promised to the nation of Israel, starting with the elect. You know? It says, continuing on, and these are contrary one to another. And these are contrary, man. Because like I said earlier, man, the flesh naturally wants to justify itself, wants to kick back, relax, you know, wants to chill. You know, and we got to fight, man. You know, we was put, you know, in these chains of darkness. You know, because Scripture say the flesh, slakia, the creature was subject to vanity. You know, it was all the will of the Lord at the end of the day. But the Lord, He put us in these chains of darkness to teach us a lesson. You know, so we can know, you know, to be gods, man. Because in order for you to be a god, you know, you must know the difference between what, you know, good and evil. So we have to, you know, be at this Lord's state and experience, partake, indulge, and you know, in wickedness, so we can learn to appreciate righteousness when the kingdom come, man. You know, and it's not an easy thing, man. You know, there's all kinds of temptations and desires out here, man, that pulls towards the flesh. Whether it's, you know, women, you know, example, adulterous woman may, you know, Satan may present a woman that you know got a man, and she may look good into the flesh. You know, you burning, but you gotta abstain from that, man. Or a person might try to provoke you to anger, and your flesh wants to smack the shit out of them, but you can't do that, man, because the scriptures say, what, be ye angry and sin not. You know, and that's why we have to, in this word, to look to this in a sense, instruction manual to how to maneuver while we in this wicked world. Because believe it or not, you know, when we woke up to this truth, we enter into a high level spiritual war, and particularly of those of us that's on the front line, man, as we're likened unto the infantry in the Lord's army, spiritual army, you know, on the front line, man. You know, in these chains of darkness, you know, dealing with, our daily affairs, being in this world, man. You know, there's all kinds of evil spirits out here, man. You know, people fucking with you. You know, all kinds of things are happening, man. But you gotta fight, man. And it's hard, man. At times it's hard. You know, that's why we gotta constantly, you know, be in the spirit of prayer and fasting, because these things help strengthen our spirit. You know, that's why Yahweh Shah said, watch as well as pray, for the flesh is weak, but the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. And even Yahweh Shah had moments where he was, you know, weak, but he prayed to the Lord, and the Lord strengthened him. So how much more us? And like the scriptures say, and let me get it real quick, because I'm not going to try to pull too much precepts out, because, you know, I'm driving, you know, but, you know, just bear with me. You know, I might just quote a lot, but I just want to get this particularly because, you know, he's the one we look to, you know, as an example. Also, he's the one we look to for help, you know, because he, you know, just like a true leader, you know, a true king, a true general, you know, leads by example. You know, you look at Esau in this world, he'll send his troops on the field, but he behind, you know, a desk with a suit and tie on, you know, which is a coward, man. In ancient days, kings was on the battlefield with their soldiers. You know, the perfect example was King David. You know, but anyway, you know, this is which shows you that this damn devil is it's a coward at the end of the day, man. And particularly them damn small hats, them rich elite families, because you'll never see a fucking Rothschild on the battlefield, man. But he'll start a stage war and send, you know, not to get off track. You know, these punk ass, you know, devils, they'll send, you know, lives on the front line to and kill each other so he could get rich, man. Showing that these people are fucking cowards at the end of the day. You know, showing the nature of the of the Edomite. But anyway, nevertheless, this is Hebrews 2:16. For verily he took not on him the nature of angels, but he took on the seed of Abraham, and he came through the lineage of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, via through Judah, via through King David, man. And you could track that lineage, and throughout the scriptures, particularly in the book of Matthew, the first chapter, man, showing that the Lord came into the flesh, man. It wasn't no immaculate conception that these stupid ass Christians like to teach, man. And that's a false doctrine, man. The Lord came in the flesh, man, and he was born of the seed of man through his father Joseph. It says, verse 17, wherefore in all things it behoove him to be made like unto his brethren, that he may be a merciful and faithful high priest in things pertaining to the Most High, to make reconciliation for the sins of the people. Just like the high priest, they made it the sacrifice not only for themselves, but for the people. The Lord, he was the ultimate sacrifice, man. He gave his life, for the nation of Israel, and particularly in East, the elect, man. So these seals could be open, and we could get this understanding and get the victory in these last days, man. It says, for in himself, for in that he himself has suffered being tempted, he is able to succor them that are tempted, man. And that word succor means to go to help. So he went through everything that we went through, the mental agony, the temptations, people try to provoke him. He went through everything we went through, man. And now he's, now he's on the right-hand side of the Most High advocating for us, man. That's not a light thing, man. And that should encourage us to continue to fight, knowing that we have a faithful high priest on our side in the heavens, speaking on our behalf, and went through the same thing that we're going through, man. The mental agony, dealing with people fucking with you, being being drawn by the temptation, demons plaguing you in your sleep, man. And that's the beautiful part about this truth. And the Lord, he's able to help us, man. So back in this Galatians, 5 and 17 again, it says, for the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh, and these are contrary one to the other, so you cannot do the things that you would, man. And it's a constant fight, man. Like I said earlier, the scriptures say what the creature was subject to vanity, but also in the same, subject to hope as well, man. We have hope to know, and we have hope and faith to know that one day, as long as we fight, and we're going to be delivered. And that day is coming sooner than we expect, man. I just listened to the beloved elder down there in Mississippi, Spirit Like the Wind Levi, formerly known as Spirit the Wind Judah, man. He was pointing it out, man. Everything we going through, that we're partaking in the sufferings of a Mashiach. And there's no temptation that is not common to man, man. What you may be going through within your walk, as a brother in the body or in the faith that's going through the exact same thing. But the beautiful part about it, once again, we have Yahweh Shah to look to overcome. And through him, we will overcome. We will get the victory, man. And that's why it's so important. Like this old saying, the brothers like to bring out, there's like two lions within us. You got the carnal lion, you got the spiritual lion. And whatever you feed the most, it's going to be stronger than the other. So if you've been feeding the flesh, giving in, drinking, eating all the goddamn time, and busting nuts, and all that, you what it is, you strengthening the flesh. So when it come time to exercise the spirit, you've been feeding the flesh for so long, you ain't gonna be able to do it. And that's why the 2/3 going to be destroyed, because they live their whole entire lives off of the lust of the flesh. So when the society collapse, and all these dainties and these things, that these comforts that these people are so accustomed to having are stripped away, they don't know what to do. They're going to be left out to dry, and they're going to bow the knee to Baal and ultimately be destroyed, man. Whereas the elect, the faithful members of the elect, man, be gearing towards the spirit. So when those times come, we've been exercising the spirit, we'll be able to overcome the hour of temptation. That's why Yahweh Shai says, thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from what? The hour of temptation. That's why right now it's important to exercise, your spirit, man. Fasting, praying more, reading. These things feed the spirit. It strengthens the spirit. so it can so we could defeat the flesh. Abstaining from things, man. Not giving yourself over to pleasures too much. Going out eating all the time and drinking and all that, man. Which it's a balance to everything. But now in these times, as we see the times that we in, we should be exercising the spirit more so now than ever, man. And I'm speaking first and foremost to myself, man. Practicing discipline, man, because these things gonna help sustain us in the times to come. Because it's gonna say what? Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. And the fear of the Lord is his treasure, man. And only how you attain the wisdom is through the fear of the Lord. Fearing the Lord, man, because when you fear the Lord's going to direct your steps. He's going to direct your path. He's going to navigate you in this dark and wicked and evil world, man. But you got to utilize the tools that the Lord has given us, man. And eat the food that the Lord has given you, man. The spiritual manna. It says that's going to sustain the spirit, man. That's why Yahweh Shai, when Satan was tempted, what he said, you turn these stones, command these stones, be turned to bread. And what the Yahweh Shai told his ass, man, to Satan, man don't live by bread alone, but by the word of God. And that's what we got to live by, is by the word. Now, granted, the Lord, he's going to feed us. He's going to take care of us. But more importantly, we got to feed the spirit first, man. Because that's what's going to get you through the times to come. Anyway, back in Galatians 5:18, it says, but if ye be led of the Spirit, ye are not under the law. Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness, and we're seeing that run rampant here, especially here in Babylon, man. Adultery. Adultery is committed every goddamn day, man. In fact, it's uplifted here. Look at our women, man. Our women are a bunch of adulterous whores, man. Look at Jake. Jake out here just sodomites. And, all kinds of giving into all kinds of lust, man. Whether it's drugs, alcohol, Hey, but the Lord has given us the truth, His words, to help abstain from those things, man. And now we got to utilize this word, man, to abstain from that lifestyle, man. Because when you give in to the flesh, you're more susceptible to fall into these acts. What I just read, man. You're more likely to commit these such acts, and we know that these acts eventually leads to death. And we don't want that to happen, man. That's why right now it's, and I'm speaking first to myself, man. That's why it's now to exercise the spirit, man. Fight the good fight of faith. Put to death that old man. Being renewed through the spirit. It says, verse 20, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulations, wrath, strife, sedition, heresies, and these are all carnal. Wrath, man, witchcraft, sorcery, all these things, man. It leads to death. These are the works of the flesh. And are not these acts are promoted here? As we know that we're under Satan's, right now, Satan, the children of Satan is running the earth. The prince of this world is in control. And that's what he promotes here. And them demons going to attack more. Because he'll say, he that departed from evil, making himself a prey. That's why, when you catch an ill, man, it's a reason why. Because Satan's, he's trying to get you back under that spell again. See, Satan, he ain't worried about, the 2/3, man. He already got them, man. But he want us, those of us of the household of faith. That's why, before you came to the truth, certain things and thoughts and things you didn't deal with. Because why? You was under, Satan already had you, but when the Lord unlocked us and set us free through this word, as the scripture say, John 8:32, ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. Now we enter into a war. That's why, the scripture say what? Count out the cost. You got guys out here, man, they don't understand what they're part of, or the severity of what they're part of, man. And it's going to prove in the times to come. And that's a scary thing, man. That's why it's going to say it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the Lord. It's scary, man, to know the judgment that the Lord got prepared for the people that practice these very acts that I just read here in Galatians, man. You know, that's why it's so important right now to exercise the spirit. It says envious, murders, drunkenness, revelings, and such like, of which I tell you before, as I have also told you in times past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High. So those who are indulge in that lifestyle, which really a death style, because it's going to lead to your death, hey, you're not going to inherit the kingdom, man. See, the Lord has given us this truth to abstain from that. Abstain from the worldly lust, man. It's just to say what? Hey, 1 John 2:15, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. For any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him, man. You know? Which I'm going to get real quick. First John 2:15, it says, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. So if you love this world, hey, the love of the Father is not in you, man. And it's going to give an example of what this world is about. It says, for all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of this world, man. And what we see being promoted, man, we're going to get into NLT. It says, for the world, only for verse 16, it says, for the world offers only a craving for physical pleasures. And that's what you see. You know, everybody just geared towards what? Instant gratification. You know, looking for their next fix. You know? Which when you live after the flesh, you could never be satisfied, man. You know, because you constantly looking for the next fix, man. You know, like a junkie, man. And when you look at that people, man, you know, people in this world, that's how they live, man. They're like junkies, man, from the food. Because Esau, everything in this world is geared towards that, man. That's why he puts, you know, the drugs in the food, chemicals in the food. You know, he poisons the air, the water, you know, to keep you coming back, man, just for more and more and more. And ultimately, it's going to lead to you being, you know, consume yourself. You're going to self-destruct. And that's what you're seeing, man. A lot of people are living self-destructive lifestyles, man, which is a scary thing, man. You know, that's why it's so important, you know, exercise the spirit, because we could be succumb to that, man. You don't want that to happen, man. You could be overcome by that if you live in a life, if you just been living a life full of just pleasure all the damn time. You could succumb to that, man. You know, and that's a dangerous thing to be. You know, it's dangerous to be, you know, be doing that, man. Especially in these times, man. We seen the Lord, hey, He's handing out judges left and right, man. You know, people losing their fucking mind out here, man. It's all kinds of heinous crimes out here. You know, like, you know, good example, you know, the bishop, not the bishop, Salakia, the elder, Manatazak, Salakia, if I mispronounced the elder's name, you know, down at, you know, in Carolina, you know, did a beautiful lesson on going, you know, with that Jake, you know, choking out that one guy in Arizona. You know, and we understand, you know, Jake's frustration, but we know, hey, we can't do that. We can't go out and enact our own vengeance out here, man. Because guess what? Vengeance of the Lord, I shall repay. We got to wait on the Lord, and that takes what? Patience, long suffering, and it's painful, man. You know, I can get his pain, man. You know, dealing with those people. You know, I dealt with those people before, man. You know, not to throw my business out. I understand how you feel, man. You know, you like, man, because, you know, we live in an unjust society, man. These people don't give a damn about you, because why? The rulers, the powers that be don't give a damn. Hey, Esau don't give a damn about himself. That's why his kingdom is going to be translated from his ass to Jacob, man. Remember, this is the same nigga that cast away his birthright for a morsel of meat, for instant gratification. So how much more, now he's ruling the earth, so how much more the people underneath him, man? Everybody out here, they got the mindset of the Edomite. You know? That fast life, you know? That's why you got fast food. Everything's fast. You know? Hurry up, you know, why, I forget how it goes. Pretty much that hurry up spirit, man. You know, hungry, why wait, you know? That's how these people act, man. You know, which is, you know, that's an undisciplined lifestyle. An undisciplined lifestyle ultimately leads to death. So when we come into this truth, the Lord teaches us how to be disciplined, man. You know, the Lord teaches us how to rule over our spirit, man. The scripture say, well, he that ruleth his spirit is better than he that taketh a city. And we see these people don't know how to rule their spirits. You know, look at people driving, motherfucker, you know, cut you off. You know, which, don't get them twisted, it piss you off, but you know, people cut you, people honking horns, then they're finna crash and kill others. Instead of like, let me fall back. You know, let me be the bigger man and let his ass go. You know? And that takes what? Patience. You know? It says, read that again in NLT verse 16. It says, for the world offers only a craving for physical pleasures. And that's why everything you turn around is geared towards the lust of the flesh. You know, here you have an advertisement, and so they use a woman, you know, with some, you know, using, you know, seductive woman. Remember in the early 2000s they had that fucking Dentine ice commercial. It's colder than ice. You know, you got the woman with the lusty look, or they had, you know, the bod. Remember the bod shit? Or they use, you know, they use the art of sex and seduction to get you to buy these products, man. You know, that's why every time you turn on a commercial, it's a big ass bacon cheeseburger. Knowing swine is going off, but the way they present it, they make it appeasing to the flesh. You know, got the, you know, the smoke steaming off the you know, the burger, and it's an abomination. But they dress it up to a point to get you to eat it, man. And that's how Satan does, man. He presents just like he did to the serpent did to Eve in the garden, man. You know, he made it look enticing, make it look, you know, appeasing. But what her partaking, what it eventually led to, death. You know, because going off, you know, it feels good to the flesh, but it leads to death, man. At the end of the day, man. Whereas when you yield to the spirit, it leads to what? Everlasting life. You know, it says verse 17. And this world is fading away, along with everything that people crave. Everything that people crave, man. What is your career? I want a bigger house. People can never be satisfied. Bigger, better, more. You know, that spirit is pushed here, man. Here, you know, Jake could get a new car. That's why every year, you know, they bring out a new damn car. Like, damn, how many new cars you need every year? iPhone 59. Like, goddamn, it's the same damn device, damn near. And when you look, examine it, nothing really changed. Like, how much more can you enhance the car, man? Just to get from point A to point B. But that's when you live in a consumerism society, man. That's how, you know, remember I said this is Esau's world. You know, you know, and as the king saw the people. You know, people, and you know, that's why the woman is uplifted, because a woman has that mindset, man. She can never be pleased, man. That's why women ain't really fit the fucking rule. Her mind is fickle. 1 minute she happy, 1 minute she this, 1 minute she that. You know? And you know, and our men here in Babylon has developed that same mindset, you know, under this effeminate, devilish rulership, man. And that's why these cities, these metropolitan cities are geared towards women. Everything is at your convenience, man. In the ancient days, it was never like that, man. You had to work hard. You had to wait. You had to be patient. That's why, you know, I was talking to brothers. You know, these cell phones, man, you know, it has been a trap and a snare to a lot of people, man. Because what it does, it blinds you. It keeps you distracted from what's important, the small things, nature. And you can learn a lot about nature, man. Just study the Animal Channel, man, and things, or go out. Nature naturally teaches you how to be patient. You know? Like when you watch, you know, animals, like wild animals that hunt prey, like wolves, and you know, they don't eat fucking, you know, wolves or lions. You know, lions don't eat goddamn, you know, deer every day, or antelope every day. They may go a couple weeks or days without food, man. So they got to be patient, man. And when you know those lions, they very patient when they hunt. You know, and you can learn a lot from nature, man. You know. Ultimately, you know, the animals, they have to wait on the Lord, and it's, you know, But this world with, you know, everything being at the snap of your finger, it pretty much, you know, draw you from the, you know, away from the Lord, man. And that's why Esau constantly pushes I'm tired of these damn, these drug episode movies, man. Whether it's Snowfall or, you know, BMF, Power. The reason why they push that is because, you know, that fast life. And what the result of all those guys that sold drugs, what ended up happening to them? You know, they end up dead and in jail. So that's short-lived. And he knows, you know, that lifestyle was only short-lived. They may live luxury, you know, good for 5 to 10 years stretch, and after that, they dead or in jail. So it's like, all that for what? Like these rappers, man. Look at what's the one rapper that died recently? Rich Homie Quan. Which I didn't really like too much his music any goddamn way. But the point being is he is sold out. You know, because he came to famous. I remember when I was, 2011? He died, recently this year? So you count the years, man. That's roughly give or take 13 years? 12 to 13 years? It's like my math a little off. But nevertheless, he did all that selling out for what? Just to die at the end, man, from a drug overdose, man. You know? Showing that it's not worth it, man. It's not worth it at the end of the day, man. It's not worth it, seeking instant gratification. It's not worth it. And I'm speaking first and foremost to myself, man. It's not worth it, man. And the Lord's showing us that these things that we once partook of is not worth it, man. Looking back, you're like, this shit ain't worth it at the end of the day. So let's drop that real quick. Let's go back to Galatians 5:22. But the fruits of the Spirit is love. Love, man. And love is patience, and there's conditions to love. You got the word unconditional. No, it's conditions to love, man. Love is patient. Love is merciful. Love is forgiving. This is a world, you got these Christians, love and love, but they so, they so quick to condemn, but not quick to forgive. But they quick to forgive their fucking oppressor, their enemy, Esau. Especially, I'm speaking Jake. Esau gun your ass down and I forgive him. But when it comes to your own people, you're unmerciful, man. You're murderous when it comes to your own people. When it comes to the enemy, you have all the love in the world, all the forgiveness in the world. Joy, peace, long suffering, gentleness, good, faith. Faith, man. Goes back to what? Having faith. I meant to say slocky. Long suffering goes into what? Patience. Which people in this world, they don't like to patiently wait. And when you wait for something, when you receive it, it's more satisfying. People don't want to work, man. People just want to, find loopholes. And that's what you see in Jake, man. Jake don't want to go through the straight gate to get to the kingdom, man. He wants to climb up some other way. And the 2/3 the Lord allow him to do it just so he can destroy his ass, man. But it's going to say what broad is the way and wide is the way that leads to destruction, but narrow is the way that leads and straight is the way, roughly paraphrased, that leads to everlasting life. Because it takes what? Patience. It takes faith. It takes being merciful. It takes gentleness. It takes what? Sacrifice. Putting yourself aside for the sake of the greater cause, man. And most people ain't willing to sacrifice, man. Because why? We live in a selfish-ass society, man. Everybody's all about themselves. Me, mine. Which that's the fruits. That's the mindset of this world, man. So when you come to the truth, you start to understand it's much more than me. Anyway, it says meekness, temperance. That word temperance goes to what? Self-control. And that's something we be learning, man, to have self-control, man. Which is easier said than done. And it's a process. Because all these things I just read about the fruits, it's a process to it. It's, some of these things you're not going to just master overnight. It takes time, man. It takes patience. It takes faith. But ultimately, if you are the elect, you're going to, you're going to eventually master those attributes anyway, man. It says, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law. And they that are Hamashiach has crucified the flesh with the affections and lusts. If we live in the spirit, let us also walk. It said, let us also walk in the spirit. Let us not be desirous of vainglory, provoking one another, envying one another, man. So let us walk in the spirit, man. You know, and like I said earlier, and we have Yahweh Shai as the perfect example, you know, right along to the disciples and the apostles that, you know, that came after, even the men to this day, man, our apostles and elders, the Lord has put in our, set up to be examples to the flock of how we should be, man, at the end of the day, man. So at the end of the day, I'm going to leave it at that. You know, I pray this video was edifying as well as exhorting through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. I want to give all glory, all praises, and definitely all the honor unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Kakodash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who definitely do well. And as always, peace and salutation to the elect and the Sasakas, push your truth throughout the four corners. Shalom.